What is going on, y'all? This is going to be probably part one of the group submission for, I believe we sent this off in October. So if your cards are in this and you don't see every single one of your cards, I'm sorry. I have them arranged off camera by name already, and so a lot of the bigger items like tickets, postcards, and such like that, I'm not going to show. So this is going to hopefully be pretty quick. Terrell Owens. I actually feel like a schmuck. I didn't think that TO was going to pass. Eli Manning. This Brian Urlacher in person is just ridiculous. Dick Stanfield. Sterling Sharp. Jonathan Ogden. And I have these in kind of order right now of who submitted them. Peyton Manning and Gil Brandon. Ooh. You got Reese Hoskins, Don Larson, Eli Manning, another Eli Manning, Aaron Judge, and then this Gary Sanchez. And this next order was a huge order. This is actually the gentleman that won the Walter Payton that I was giving away for anyone. It was kind of a raffle. So he had a couple that failed authentication. Robert Redford's, those aren't fails. Those are two JSA slabs that he had. Let's see. This is the Walter Payton that I gave away. Greg Maddox. Oral Hershiser. Ricky Henderson. Jumpin' Joe DiMaggio. Joe Theismann. Peyton Manning. Corey Seager. This one I'm a little jealous of. This is Mark McGuire, rookie. Barry Bonds. Ken Griffey Jr. Daryl Moose Johnson, rookie card. Sean Merriman, printing plate. And this one, I didn't know if this next one was going to come back authentic or not. It did, and I think it's such a cool card. Mark McGuire, Will Clark duel. This is a Roger Craig, Tony La Russa duel. Kirk Gibson, 88 World Series inscription. Kirk Gibson with the iconic walk-off home run. This triple is so cool. I remember this card as a kid. Andre Dawson, George Bell, and the Rhino. Another Ryan Sandberg. Mike Fontenot. Moose. Mike Mussina. Gaylord Perry. Male Stottlemyre. That card's so nice in person. Oh, Wade Boggs, Val Kilmer. This is really cool with the Tombstone Doc Holliday inscription. So cool. This one is Willow, or excuse me, Val Kilmer with the Willow inscription. Ziggy Marley. Bob Barker. I think he's reminding you to get your pets spayed and neutered. Barry Brown. And Dickie V, baby. So that is Nick's order. Let me put these back real quick. Oh. Next is, let's see, let me get a couple orders over here lined up. Next is Steve with the Theo Fleury. Or actually, that's a duel. I've handled this card so many times, I never noticed that other signature on there. Eli Manning. Eric Lindros rookie card. Chance Adams. Mitch Trubisky. And Bob Greasy. So those are Steve's. Next is going to be Chase. Paul DeJong. Adam Wainwright. Harrison Batter. And yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his first name. So, and that cat right here. So that is Chase's order. Next is Brian Carter. He had a Willie Stargell that unfortunately failed. Oh, come on, there we go. Unfortunately failed the submission or failed authentication. Gary Sanchez. Dan Marino. Victor Robles. Eric Dickerson. Phil Rizzuto. Brooks Robinson. I haven't seen a TTM from him in a while. And Jerome the Bus Bettis. So that is Brian's order. I think there's like 5 different Brians in this submission. So next is Chad. He had a Mike Trout that failed authentication. Brett Favre. Julio Jones. This card is stunning, man. I haven't seen him sign TTM. I'd like to know how you got that one, Chad. Tony Gwynn. Future Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald. Chris Bryant. Ken Griffey Jr. I think this might have been mine at one time. Des Bryant. Ben Roethlisberger. This next one is one of about 4 or 5 cards in the submission that I'm extremely jealous of. Aaron Rodgers, he got this via TTM, believe it or not. And he got 2 of 2. He got him to sign 2 cards. Peyton Manning. And John Elway. This card is so cool. So that is Chad's submission. Next is going to be another Brian with this trip of Jim Bunning, Fergie Jenkins, come on, focus, and Gaylord Perry.
Gaylord.
Carlton Fisk rookie card. And they aren't focusing very quick, is it? Not at all. Let's see if we can get a little closer and maybe help things out a bit. Jared Goff. Another Jared Goff. Ron Woodson. Then he has some old school vintage here that is really nice. Oh, some of these names I have no idea how to pronounce. This one is extremely cool. This Antonio Brown rookie on the Panini Contenders. And Heath Miller. Yeah. Next is Sam. Sam rolled the dice with Shaquille O'Neal submission. I have yet to see one of these pass. I think this is going to be around 20 to 25 as far as Shaquille O'Neal's that I've seen submitted. And not a single one of them has passed. Dan Rooney. Bob Greasy. Chris Collinsworth. Al Michaels. This Warren Moon was submitted last time and failed authentication. And so this is one of those cards that was resubmitted and passed. Oh, dang, this camera doesn't want to work today very well. And Jim Otto. And that was Sam's. Back this camera up and see if that helps at all. Sam went 0 for 2 with George Brett. He had 2 George Bretts that failed authentication. Bill Bradley. Red Bagro. Stan Jones with the Hall of Fame inscription. Tim Rock Reigns. Tony Dorsett. Greg Olson. This one's really cool. And I wouldn't, Sean, I might talk to you about trading for this one. This James Harrison. Don't know how to pronounce these hockey guys' names. Greg Lloyd. This Troy Polamalu, I would have bet $100 it was not real. So shows what I know. It came back authentic. Really happy for him. This is Dan Issel, Rick Barry duel. Albert Pujols. John Wooden, Charlie Joyner, Jack Youngblood and Elvin Bethea, another Albert Pujols, Phil Esposito. This glass card, this thing's really cool. Bill Mazeroski and Carlton Fisk, signed in like a bronze. So that is Sean's. Next is going to be Dale's. Dale kind of swung big, missed big, and hit big all at the same time. And you'll see what I'm talking about here shortly. So he had some cards that didn't pass authentication. Jerry Rice, Brett Favre, Joe Montana, and Lawrence Taylor. But then he had some ones that hit big. Reggie White, Kirby Puckett, Terry Bradshaw. And these last two are ridiculous. Derek Jeter and Derek Jeter. So you did pretty good for yourself. I think I would have taken, or I would probably be happy with those ones that failed authentication, with considering the ones that passed. So this next one is a pretty large submission. This was the second largest next to mine. This is another Brian's. Let's see. Hang on just a second. So he has two of these fat stacks. Jerome Bettis, Clayton Kershaw, Larry Fitzgerald, Jerome Bettis, Albert Bell, Nelson Cruz, come on, stack up. There we go. Felix Hernandez. This Alonzo Mourning rookie is really cool. I remember that card as a kid. And I remember this one as a kid as well. Another Alonzo Mourning. Vince Carter. The Ryan Express. David Wright on this refractor. David Wright on, I don't know what you call this thing, an X-fractor maybe? Big Ben Roethlisberger. Roger Clemens. This one's really cool. Brett the Hitman Hart. Putting on the sharpshooter. Randall Cunningham. Yep. Don't know how to pronounce that. Clyde the Glide Cunningham. Clyde the Glide Drexler. DeMarco Murray. Matthew Stafford. And then Brian Rice. He submitted a ton of Peyton Mannings. So the Sheriff. I was going to give them to you when I was done with this stack load. Another Sheriff. It's like a Sheriff convention. And what's funny is, if y'all remember, we had a submission 2 submissions ago where we went 0 for 8 on Peyton Manning's, and since then, every single one of them has passed. So that's Brian's first stack. Getting into a second, this Jeff Bagwell rookie card. Ichiro Suzuki with the PSA DNA 10. Joe Flacco. Tony Gonzalez. Fitz. Roger Federer. Cole Hamels. Cole Hamels. Marshawn Lynch. Another Lynch. Jordy Nelson. Eric Dickerson. Retarded. I'm really jealous of this one. This one's really cool. Richard Sherman. Clayton Kershaw. Timothy Tebow. AJ Green. Jerome the Bus Bettis. Carson Palmer. Oh, shoot. Allen Robinson. Almost done with the first video here. Andrew Benintendi. Another Tim Tebow. Jameis Winston. Alex Smith. No. Marcus Mariota. And last but not least for this video is going to be David Johnson. So that concludes another Brian's order, and we will get into the next video here shortly.